For this practice, okay, you blanket and pillow as optional support. Dressing in layers as we move through the colder months so that you can stay comfortably warm for the practice. You can start with your socks on or off, that kind of thing. Add them later, keep them where you can put them back on or not. If you like to have your feet free, you can make choices here that support your happiness, like that. Like, when do I want to wear socks? Do I want to wear socks? Do I want to sit on a pillow because that feels good when I sit? So we have these supports today, feeling free to elevate or use alternatives. Settle. Pay attention. Make some refinements. Usually I will talk us through this. I just want to find a place where we can settle into our seat relatively comfortably, steady, and then to rest into our bodies and breath. Our brains become more efficient when we take a break like this. This is good for your brain. Try to let go of what's outside of this space. Use what helps you do that. Close eyes, open eyes. Find your breath, even waves. Let's try to practice for 3 breaths called hand to head, hand to heart. So as gently as possible. Where do you want to put your hand? It could be on top of your head, on your forehead. Lots of energy in the head, you can feel that. And then center of the chest. 3 breaths. Try to go slowly and let them stretch out, exploring, lengthening. Take your time. Possibly one more, releasing as needed. Feel the exhale come down to your belly center when that time comes. And relax and release your arms with your palms up, receiving that peacefulness of your own touch, receiving those 3 breaths. You gently observe, notice this moment. Bring your hands together, please. Ground into the earth a bit. Intentionally press down to sit tall. Weave and press forward. Pressing up is okay if your elbows bend. Lift your face. Breathe in one more time. Breathe out, undo your hands, rotate to the right and drop your hands to your knee and behind you. Gazing back, find your rotation. Find that place where the work is positive and complete. You found your range of motion gently. And we are warming up, so take it easy. Gently explore that. One more breath. Slowly come back to center. And come into a side stretch with your left hand coming out beside you. Do you like your hand to face away or towards you? Feel how that changes your shoulder. Just choose one of those and be with it. Here, the main thing is to come to a comfortable degree and stay lifted off your shoulder, not to crush down. Spread your hands a bit. Find a nice line, side of the body, one more breath, lengthening. Inhale, coming up, so feel that strength, that helps you come up as well. Center. Change the cross if it works for your body. switch it up. I think it's a good idea, unless it doesn't work for you. Also switch this up. Other weave. Inhale, press forward. Exhale, pressing up. Inhale, looking up, press, reach. Release your fingers and side rotation, other side. Turn first and then add hands to support and behind support. So we turn your belly, so spine in the low back turning some, mid back, neck. Keep it so you can breathe well. 4, slowly one more time. Relax back to center when that breath is ending. Side bend to the right, stretch your hands, slide out. Reach up, palm down or away, feeling nice in your body at the moment. Just choose one. I'm trying not to give you too many choices. It's only 5 breaths, so we need to get in there with our choice so we can have our time in the pose. One more time, breathe out. When you are ready, feel your side strength as you slowly sit up and lift your heart. Lean back into your hands with your fingers forward. Pop out your feet to the earth. Lift your chest, gaze down. Extending your spine into a back bend. The counter gaze with the downward eyes is a nice default zone for practice. And release. Let's see a little forward fold. Got a little elevation, possibly. Lean forward, taking the flesh off your sitting bones a little bit. You enjoy that little refinement. And then let's just explore a little tilt, maybe coming behind the knees for this warming up forward fold. Be so patient. Just find where that is for you right now, where your back body tolerates and feels positive in a forward shape. So much of what we have in our bodies is beyond our control. The length of our hamstrings, for instance, just loving awareness with your body, focusing on what we can do. Breathe out one more time. And release with a little bit of slowness. Let's also come to Malasana from this pillow seat. If you are up on it, you give it a try. Bring your heart forward, hold your shins, garland pose. Come on in if you know the shapes. You get to spend more time. So you can bring your feet as close to your pelvis as feels good. This is like a little crow pose where you're coming through, press your arms back against your shins. Try to ground your inner feet, 5 breaths. Low back breathing. Consolidate yourself. But your breath as the whole front is open. The back is open. And release. Take your time. Guide your knees together. Come to standing, please. Maybe do it a new way. Mix it up. It's Monday. Go the other direction. Something like that. Props aside for later. Standing up. Tadasana, arrive on your feet. Press into the earth with them to activate your body. Tall, relaxed. Where do you need to pay attention in your body? Where do you tend to throw yourself out of alignment? So we're trying to find this nice centered feeling so that energy can flow and breath can flow. Breathe along that central channel a few more times. So observing length, balance. hands wherever they want to land in this moment as we finish that scan of the center. Upward hands pose, Urdhva Hastasana, bring up your arms. Keep grounded in your belly center. Wide belt around the waist idea, just trying to activate the muscles that wrap around. Lots of talking, the pose is almost finished. One more deep breath, add a little more energy, upward hands pose, reach, breathe in, and breathe out, bring down your hands. Release them behind you to the back of your pelvis, thumbs on the outside. So work with your arm proportions and torso length here to settle to a comfortable spot where your chest is already gently open. Front shoulders, feeling a little openness as well. Feet step a little wide apart. It makes it easier to guide your pelvis forward and lift your rib cage front and back. Gaze down your nose, standing back bend to your own degree. Not a big movement necessary. Trust your legs. Go back as much as it feels good. One more breath. Come up with your heart first. Let your head come last from wherever you have gone. And release. Standing twist. Let's bring the right arm across the body, facing back with the palm. Hook underneath with the other arm. Above the elbow if you can. As far up your arm as you can for this shoulder stretch and twist. Feet can turn. So you're stretching your whole upper body here. Find your spot, breathe into it. Your expression of the pose in this moment. One more breath. Back to center, find your foundation, use the legs, release. So now a little bit of a turn. This helps our lower back have that freedom to turn. Left arm across, hook underneath, shoulder stretch and rotation to your own degree. Gaze steady wherever you're facing. Try to detach from any naming of objects in your line of sight. Or take a moment to just get it out of the way, how you feel about something. You can take care of it later. One more time, breathing out. Release from that deep twist and shoulder stretch. Let's swing the arms front and back slowly through the range of motion. Back, forth. One more time, back. And forth. Long arms forward fold, breathing out slowly. Breathing in, straighten your arms, press your feet. Exhale, going back. So gently hug in the low belly for this transition. Right leg first, left leg second. Did you need to make any refinements? Let's work in this season on the pressing of the hands in plank and trying to bring in all the muscles we can. This unified effort from the body. One more time, breathe deeply. Doing some slower breaths today. It's kind of plank challenge season. Come back to child's pose slowly. Flipping your hands up towards the sky, rolling your thumbs out, bring your head down. Feel the thumbs out, opening shoulders to the sides, external. Breathing out once more. Upward facing dog or cow, spine just from the tabletop, heart forward. Downward facing dog, 5 breaths, lift your knees, step in, lower your head. Quickly refine anything that needs it and hold steady. This is a special kind of yoga plank pose We're trying to put the weight into the feet and legs. Push to lengthen your spine. Press the feet as well as the hands. One more breath. Really activating to the point where you feel some sensation. I'm feeling sensation from doing that extra. And then soften it a bit. Step forward to your hands. Breathe out, fold forward. Standing up, upward hen pose. And exhale, mountain pose. Inhale, upward hands. Exhale, extended pose, Uttanasana, forward fold. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, breathe in. Neck long, legs strong. Bend your knees, left leg back first this time, mixing it up with the step back. If possible, come to the left side for side plank of your own expression. Just one set most of the time in our practice, so give it your full strength. One more breath. Carefully center. We're bearing weight with our own body weight, creating strength. Open hand, press the earth. Wide belt, whatever you need to think about to help you find this. And exhale when you're ready. Carefully center, lower down, and pull up to cat spine on your fingertips. 5 breaths. One more time. Keeping your spine rounded, gradually rise up to your knees and roll your shoulders back and down. Twice more. Come around with the shoulders and settle them down. Usually I remember why I'm going places. Balance on your knees for a moment, ground your feet, feel the feet. Don't see them, but you can touch their presence with your awareness, teaching them to press at the tops. Let's do a little neck stretch here, reaching arms and coming behind, holding on or interlacing, bring your chin towards your chest. And 5, release, lift your chin, draw your lower jaw into your upper jaw. Try to stretch the muscles that run down your throat and chest, front rib cage. One more time. Neck long, face tilting upward to your degree. Lift the back of your skull to release and let go of your arms. Slowly come to your hands and back to downward dog. If you'd like to go up slowly into downward dog, try that with me. Just taking a lot of time to gradually open into the shape. Just slow it down a little bit. Again, press your weight back into your legs. It's okay to add a little bit of free movement. Just don't get too distracted from what you're trying to work on. Bend your knees deeply. Look between your hands. Come forward with the strength of your legs. You can do a little practice, bend and straighten. Feel that ability to launch and then step and then fold, breathe out. Press feet, stand up, strong legs, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Find that space a little open at the front of the shoulders and chest. We tend to close in there, so just let that area have your awareness. It'll be a little bright. Let's move through the warrior poses together. Right leg stepping back. Feel this process. Find your gaze. See if you can find your balance. Use your arms as they help you. This is the one where we turn the ribs towards the front. Come on into your big stance. What's that big stance today? We're trying to do this 90 degrees. I have a long way to go. So just find your depth. All right, not to worry. Unshakable courage. Thumb slide. Hold your heart. The back foot presses into the earth, guiding that side of the pelvis forward. One more deep breath. Straighten your knee, release your arms bent and back, and your back toes out. I'm doing this little walk out with my front toes. Just come into that space, find your way in, settle your shoulders down, and turn to look off your front fingers. Observe the hands here, gently gathered. Sense the back one as much as the front one if possible. See it in your mind's eye. Breathe out one more time. Release your arms and make your way to the front section of the mat. Heel toe, straightens your ankles. Mountain. Virabhadrasana A and B, stepping back to warrior A. Once you learn where you're going, you can get there more efficiently, and then you can work longer in the pose. Take the time you need though, set it up. Attention in the low back, front knee, shoulders down. Traditional upward face and hands. Let's release the hands. Come to the second one, lower down, and turn your head to finish. Try spreading fingers on this one. Curiosity, observe the energy change. Seal the fingers back together, complete the pose. Release. Turning to the side of your mat where you're already facing. And coming into the side lunge to the right, bending your knee towards your toes, toward the corner of your mat. It's a nice guide for side lunge. With the press off all the way to standing, and then the other side. Go as low as you can and still come up reasonably comfortably. Go back and forth, mindful flow. Find center, second side, center. 3. Just let your spine follow your squat. 4. And coming to hold for the 5th set. Drop your hips toward the floor, do your step. Open foot presses the earth. Maybe pulls a little bit towards the other foot. Activate your legs. One more breath out. Come up all the way to center, so you relieve that and find neutral. Other side. Carefully consider the right degree of this work in your body today. Sadhyaya, studying the self. Studying the mind and the body, the heart. Coming up when you are ready. Heels come out. Toes might come a little bit in. Tall spine, inhale. Exhale to the forward fold. It's okay to bend your knees. It's okay to have your legs straight all the way. So our brain connects to the ground clearly through the legs when the knees are straight. But you got to work with your body and your spine as well. Elbows wide, reach for your ankles. Feel the gentle drawing up in your low belly. Letting gravity lengthen your back. One more time, breathing out. See if you can lengthen your head towards the floor a little bit more. Coming to a half lift, breathing in, breathing out. Peel off your hands as you press off. So your longest finger is going to come up last, helping propel you upright. Catch your center and step back to the front of your mat. Stepping back with your left leg first, keeping your hips towards the front of the neck. Parsvottanasana, shoulders dive, thumbs down and back, come together behind. Work where you're working here. Open heart. Inhale, forward fold slowly to the big toenail gaze or the shin. Once you're forward, you can let your head hang down. Concentrate on balance and pressing your feet. Maybe a little lift in the elbows. One more time, breathing out. Inhale, press strongly into your feet to stand up. Turning your back foot to the side, coming to triangle pose, extending out and down. Once you're in that downward place of choice, then spin heart and face upward. Belly has turned to the side here. Exhale into the belly center, feel that groundedness, and then come up with that toning carefully a little bit there. Okay, second side, Parsvottanasana into Utthita Trikonasana. Finding our home asana. So side stretching pose. Thumbs dive in, come back. I did the hug it up version on the other side, so try to hold a different way. Pay attention. Spread your feet, feel grounded to start, or refine, and then come down when you're ready. Big toenail, great. Maybe you want to look at your shin. Bring it all together. Maybe a sense of pressing feet and pulling them towards each other. Really waking up the muscles of the legs. And then come up with an in-breath. Use the pressing energy. Come up, a little stargaze on this one. Release and turn to the side. Similar stance to come over to extended Utthita Trikonasana, triangle pose. We create these different triangles with our body, and that's auspicious. It's also powerful in the potential benefits. Strong core and legs, lengthening and strengthening the lower back. One more time, breathing out. Remember the belly center. So we protect that low back with that awareness coming up. Move slowly. And come to the front of your mat. Release. Standing on one leg. Open practice. What do you want to do? Maybe the dancer pose? I'll leave that one today. If it makes you happy to work on something else you want to do, like tree, do that. Shifting weight to one foot. Bring your heel towards your hips, trying to work on that happiness factor today. Keeping the inner light, the light within, bright. Preparation. Let this work teach you an incredible steadiness of mind. You must be present. Explore the coming forward if you would like to. Not getting up easily. Last breath. Come out when you are ready. With any slowness that you can do, releasing. Let that be and shift to the other side. Just do your best. Commit your attention to that project and to finding where you need to practice it with your body. Preparation, heel towards the hip. Observe your whole body, bring it all together. Hear the roots of the big toes help that woman standing. Foot obviously. And the forward exploration, lifting the back leg if you would like. For 1, 2, exhale. Not overdoing. 5, breathing out. Release, take your time. And let be, have a little free standing movement here. It's a lot of really stabilizing work. So allow some movement, maybe a little bit of shoulders and upper back stuff too, up and down a few times. A few strong breaths. Reach forward, pull back. And ground. Coming down. Urdhva Hastasana. One more time. Lift your back ribs, lift your gaze. Exhale to forward fold and let it be your choice. Feet can be as wide as you like them to be. Just come and stay. So your body's probably a little more at ease than in that first one. Seated. Gravity's on your side here. Just find where you want to be. You buy these poses for their assigned number of breaths within reason, of course, avoiding harming ourselves, but patient and knowing that it's not forever. Left leg first, going back. Lunge time coming up. Cushion, take a moment if you need it for your back leg. Again, grounding the back foot like we did earlier on our knees. Settle. Reach your left hand for your right knee and your right arm. Wrap deeply behind your waist and gaze back. Balance. One more time, breathe out. And then come to center. Lizard exploration. Come on in. I'll do about 8 breaths starting now. Lots of choices. Back knee up or down, toes tucked under. So got to work out that back leg position. The front leg turns to the side with the toes a little bit, and you can roll to the outer hip and stuff. Maybe a little movement to see how things are feeling. And find a place to stay for 4 more breaths. Exhale once more. Release. Bring your leg back. Forward facing dog pose. Slowly breathe in. Puppy pose. Slowly breathe out. Pull the toes in tuck position. Press back. Inhale, rise up to your knees. Balance and step your other foot forward, coming to that rotated lunge on the other side. Let your eyes stretch to the sides without strain or force. And release wizard pose. Okay, working on the flying wizard today, going under. Check in with both hips, both knees, everything. Sustainable. Six, 7, 8. Carefully, you're working deeply, come out. Bring that leg back. Cow spine, inhale. Cat spine, exhale. Forearms down to the belly. So dolphin or forearm plank for 5 breaths. Try to be as straight as you can. If you're on your feet and you're still working on strength, hips up. Gradually lower them to a flat line. 4, one more breath. Pull your elbows towards your toes and vice versa. Feel that activation. And then lower down. And right over into half frog to the right side. Slowly bring your knee beside you on the floor. Get ready to chill for a little bit. If you want to bring in one of your props, you could bring in some cushioning. Let go of your muscular effort. You just did a sustained movement practice. For a long time, for 40 minutes. Settle your heart. Rest your eyes. And considering a shift to the second side, disturb yourself as little as possible. One of my favorite things to say in recent times. And here's a nice place to practice that. Shift, do what needs to happen, and then settle in. Plenty of time and space. Resting your brain. If your brain is busy, see if you can meditate upon your light within. The idea of a tiny little orange glow at the end of a string. Or whatever you imagine. It's one of our options as far as ways of settling the mind. Thank you to this pose. And the slow straightening out and returning to center. And let's gently lift up into a little Sphinx or Cobra. So the crossed arms in front, maybe. You can widen your feet to the sides of your mat. Press your pelvis forward into the mat. See if you can exhale and tone your low belly a little bit. The pelvic floor gently gathers in and draws up and into the body like a small flame. It can be one of your inner lights. One more time. Releasing your back bend. And then pressing up. Hug the elbows in, send the hands out, press firmly, rise, knees, and bring in your pillow if you have one, for child's pose if you would like to try this. It's a little wider than a bolster, but it's more squishy too. So maybe the blanket as well if you brought some props, otherwise just child's pose. So just straddling the end of the pillow and using it to support and rest into. Head turned to one side might be most comfortable, and I'll give you a halfway point. Try some releasing the inner legs here, one of the places we might find some tension in this position. Be aware of your body so you can take care of it. So you can send awareness and breath to the places that need you to pay attention. Trust your instincts. And head to the other side, resettle. Try to let go as much as you can. Give it to the support. A little bit longer. Keep settling. Coming out gradually. It feel nice here to flow through. So let's see. First stop and I come to a supported fish pose. So I like a rolled up blanket. It's pretty soft and squishy as a gentle supported fish or blocks. You want to get those while you're down here and then flow through your dog poses. Check in with downward dog. Maybe do a little movement, free movement with hips, spine, head. Coming to sit down, one way is to bring your knees forward one at a time and cross your ankles. Use your hands to help you come over your feet without harm. And go ahead and lie back or lean back into your elbows. So I'm sideways here to show. Coming into supported fish. Stay aware as you ease yourself into the supported back bend. The lift goes behind your shoulder blades, and it can be a little higher or lower depending on what feels good. You can even move it gradually, incrementally, if you stay long enough. So using the blocks if you know how. Legs can go where they feel good. Same with arms. So your blanket roll might be in the way of your arms. Awkward and troublesome. Try higher or lower arms if you would like. Rest with your breathing. Lengthening. Inhales and exhales. finding the pauses in between. And this is one of the methods for stilling the mind, is finding a focus, a single focus like the breath. And Patanjali gives us choices. This or this or this, a whole list. One more time, just can be a little strong pose, can be a little chronic, can be emotional. Let the breath move through once again. And then swallow. This will have our throats a bit more open. Consider your exit coming to your elbows or going to one side. So I'm going to just do the shin catch to rock off. And a forward pose is going to be a nice counter movement. So come back into the seated forward fold. Say hello. Ease forward. So now we have a different sensation than earlier. Check in with that place we just lifted. How's your mid back feel? Maybe some loving breathing there. It's okay to work deeply with your body. Just pay attention to make sure that it's not too deeply. One more time, breathe out. And release. Now is the bolster substitute time for the legs. Maybe, so we're just going to try a little leg ramp. So if you have your blanket too, it becomes a substitute block. And I'll do this sideways so y'all can see. So I'm just making a little ramp for my legs, and I'm going to sit by it and let them gently be elevated on the pillow. So you can just lie down if you don't have any support. Lie down and stretch out, or try this little support of the legs. Let it be restorative, relax. Make sure your spine and head are centered. Settle your hands. Relax your legs. Exploring some hip movements, possibly using this support in that process. We'll come back to this a few times. So starting with the figure 4 idea. Consider bringing your right foot to the pillow closer to your body or to the side, and you might have to shift if you decide to come off the pillow into your figure 4, shift your hips a little bit. So you might find a supported figure 4, and you can adjust where your bottom foot is using that pillow to rest into. Be open to a little exploration today, trying something new, like familiar shape. Settle for one more breath. Second option is continuing to cross your top leg over the bottom leg like cow face pose. Does this work for your hips and knees? Maybe. So stop when you need to stop. You could go back to figure 4 if that's better suited. But we may be able to find a way to work with each shape on our own. So you might be good, just like this. Or if you'd like to, you can come on either side of the pillow and lower towards the floor position. If that feels interesting, you can stay with it. Gomukhasana legs. Just one more breath. 5 breath explorations. Okay, one more is fire logs or just easy cross legs. Settle into something of that persuasion. 5 breaths. The pillow is not as supportive as a bolster would be, but it's still got some support to it. Thank your body on this side for exploring. Let's carefully release, coming back to leg ramp pose. And 5, figure 4, second side. Know yourself, know your body. Come in with care and awareness and make sure you find just the right amount. Hands can bring loving awareness, a little supportive. Just letting your body know that you're paying attention. Relax your top foot if you activated it coming into the shape. Not necessary here. The shin muscles do not cross the knee. Okay, now moving in possibly to Gomukhasana, cow face, where we stack the knees. Does this work for your hips and knees? Any of these things, just take care with your choices. Maybe the straddle of the pillow with one foot on either side, if that feels interesting. And kind of squeeze the pillow between your feet. Relax as much as you can. Breathe out again. Last one. Fire logs or something like that, or cross legs. So bring your bottom knee out to the side more to make space to stack shins or cross ankles, resting down into the support. Exhale is 5. Back to the leg ramp for 5 more breaths. Just neutralize and rest, soften. Letting this be our little shoulder stand practice today too. Gentle drain. Remember this, if any of this really worked for you, if you like this, let me know. And I'll invite you to rest. It's time for rest. You can stay if it's lovely. If you'd like, you could just spin and bring your upper body onto the ramp to get your breathing spaces open. See if it works. Make sure you'll be all right, and then settle without too much ado. Wiggle, refine, become still. Resting back. Squeeze your toes. Curl your toes towards the bottom of your foot. Squeeze your hands. Squeeze your face. Breathe in. Breathe everything. Breathe out. Release your breath through your mouth and let go of your body. Squeezing, let all that go. If you need another exhale to let go of the rhythmic breath, and settle your mouth and its contents. Find a way to rest your tongue, teeth, and lips. Swallow, throat soft and open. Front shoulders relaxing down towards the ground. Softness into the hands and fingers. Knees and toes. Study of two pairs, opusculum, pedagogum. The pairs are not vials, nudes, or bottles. They resemble nothing else. They are yellow forms composed of curves, bulging toward the base. They are touched red. They are not flat surfaces, having curved outlines. They are round, tapering toward the top. In the way they are modeled, there are bits of blue. A hard leaf hangs from the stem. The yellow glistens. It glistens with various yellows, citrons, oranges, and greens, flowering over the skin. The shadows of the pears are blobs on the green cloth. The pears are not seen as the observer wills. Invitation to not change much, but perhaps to come into feet together, knees apart, or happy baby pose, depending on where you are, up-ended or lower-ended up. If you'd like, shift and stay restful. Maybe gently beginning a return towards the surface of your awareness. Letting in a little light with your eyes. Reconnecting with your breathing. After letting that fall away, the breath will join you anytime you ask it to. Again, swallow to release your throat. Soft and open. If you widen your knees apart, guide them together with your hands so they may stay soft, and you may make your way to sitting in a way that supports your transition, good transition for your body, the rock up if you're elevated from the top. And if you want, and you could sit on your blanket, just be here a moment though. Circling back around. The Sutra, the light within, which is free from all suffering and sorrow. Vishoka Va Jyoti Smatihi. The word Va, or the light within, which is free from all suffering and sorrow. Option for meditation. So allow for some gratitude. Breathe into your heart center. This energy center in the body connected with gratitude. And vibrating that center with the Om. Keep your hands on your legs. Om. Really trying to activate that part of the body with the vibrations. Thank you for practicing with me this slow flow / restorative practice. I hope you feel good and have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much. The poem is Wallace Stevens' Study of Two Pairs.
Thank you so much, Blossom.